Well, good afternoon and welcome to this 2025 Australian Handball Championships women's match. It is the Battle of the Hume Highway. New South Wales taking on the ACT in a match that has serious gold medal match implications. New South Wales win this, they will go to 3-1 and send ACT to their second loss. And will also guarantee that this would be a Queensland versus New South Wales gold medal game tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lockie France. It's been a wonderful day and a half so far of handball. Plenty of action in these players, of course, with Canberra Handball Club well involved in New South Wales handball. Plenty of these players know each other. Just waiting for the referees to go over a few things. Okay, so we are finally underway. ACT with first use of the ball. So, quick slap of the hands if you are watching internationally. No resin on the ball here in Australia in general, so no real reason to throw the ball between players to get resin on your hands because there isn't any. There's good ball movement early doors for ACT. Just trying to prevent the ball from getting into Hannah Mounsey there. Justine Wee, but tight angle. Demi Sherman with the save. Now he back again with it. It's being ACT's first game of the day. They'll play the last game of the round robin competition. New South Wales already fell to a defeat to Queensland earlier this morning. And given, just wait for this play from Tulo to play out off the bar and thrown back into play. Now, Marlis Dubé saved by Patricia Dos Santos, but there'll be a 7-meter against Kimberly Horostecki there on that play. So Draga to take 7 metre. And fires it straight past Dos Santos. So in addition to that pair, we've got Jess Fowler, Chloe Wan, Alex Haight, and Trudy Wan on court, and Demi Shearman between the sticks for New South Wales as Hannah Mousey fires home, but it won't count. Well, the referee said keeper's ball. The keeper threw the ball, and the referee said no, sorry, that's wrong. We're all back underway now. As there's a foul in there as we look at the starting lineup for ACT when we get a minute. And another 7 metre, so 2 in quick succession. Really, ACT, these New South Wales players are going to be able to break through. They're going to have to avoid giving up these fouls. Yes, looks like Tina's in on us. Kimberly Horostecki there in 13. Nigel Rusmere, Hannah Mouncy, Jersey 5 is Stephanie Tulo. And saved by Shearman. And then Justine Wee over on the other wing. And between the sticks, Patricia Barria dos Santos. Fowler, that's off target, but we go again. So we already see Carolina Eisenkolb into the game for Haight. See if that's a situational based matchup or if something does come of that throughout. As that's off the post. From Chloe Wan. Rusmere barreling in, forces the defense to commit. They do a good job. Mouncy set up there out on the right against Haight. And off the bar, and Fowler rips it away. And New South Wales 3-0 advantage. Trudy Wan with the goal. Worth remembering, New South Wales jumped out to an early advantage against Queensland earlier in the day. Queensland brought that one right back. Ended up going on to win that game quite comprehensively. Ouncey puts her hand out, grabs it. A little spin move to keep the ball away. Fires home. And a wing shot wide, straight across the face. Uh, 7 metre. They just cut off the angle a bit too hard and collectors in on us. Too low, makes no mistake. Someone's got to get that. It's unfortunately for New South Wales, it's Stella Chinchilla. And saved by Shearman. They forced the angle well enough to force the shot away that Shearman knew it was going. Good defense. Really good by Horostecki. It's going to go the other way. Wales not particularly happy about that. That's a turnover the other way. Horostecki loses the handle. Here comes Drager. Chinchilla getting back. And there'll just be a foul in there long before the shot. As great work, just open up the spot. Probably wanted to go straight through and fire in from the left back spot. Horostecki puts it on the floor, and I think it might have just fallen into some feet there. Haight rips it away, but will remain ACT ball. Oh, it's almost stolen away by Fowler. That'll leave an angle and an opening, and Shearman don't just save it, almost catches it. They get out and running here. One saved. Dos Santos with the save on the break. And Shearman with another save. Think about going quickly. Drager just makes the right decision to pull it out there. And then loses the dribble, and Chinchilla makes no mistake on that occasion. And South Wales really just need to find some sort of rhythm here. It's what deserted them in the second half against Queensland earlier this morning. Fowler. Drager. And manages to sneak her way through, get a 7 meter in the process. card. And right, earns the throw and makes the throw. That yellow card was not Hannah Mouncy. We'll check just to be sure. Check right now. Yes, it was. And oh, pass wasn't picked off initially, but put everyone off enough for ACT to lose the ball. And wide. And the very, very narrow angle shot. Also wide. You got Jess Cleary out there on the left wing. Jersey 19. As Horosteki tries to drop it off to where only Mousy can get it, but not that occasion. Too low, straight at Schumann. As Bernadette Coast not there on the right wing. Fowler, and then wing just not there. Eisenholt was the only one there, really just sending a screen for Fowler to work with. There was no option on the wing for New South Wales. And Coase almost knocks it away. And no foul, New South Wales. Pick it up, they've got options. Drager. And the goal. Wide over the top by Horosteki on this occasion. We're going to see a timeout called with the score at 6-3 because scoring's just dried up a bit for ACT. 15 minutes, 50 seconds played in this hotly contested rivalry matchup. Massive future implications. And ACT just haven't been able to get a goal to their name in a good few minutes. Haven't been the worst on defense. Still only 6-3, but I'm just trying to listen into the ACT timeout there, but unfortunately a lot of whistles on the other court between WA and Queensland at this particular time. we'll just have to try and figure it out ourselves. We've got Emily Longholm in the game and Mate Cleve for New South Wales in the left back and left wing spots respectively, at least on defence. Game over there on the other court, by the way. 10-4 Queensland lead. So they look to go into the gold medal game with an unblemished record. It's Mountie, but fires over. Reeled it in really well. Karina Schmidt engages two defenders and then saved by Dos Santos. As that's away and Cleve is way out in front. Chinchilla there and hits the post. I don't know if the on-rushing defender put her off slightly. That really probably had to go across goal into the far side netting, if anywhere. And Horosecki, the shot was never really on from that far out and never really got her hand over the ball either. Longholm gets it over as well. I'm going to play it down. We'll see who it is. It's Renata Rusmir. And that goes only to Emily Longhole. Horosecki chasing back and might actually make something of it. Indeed she does. It will be out off Horosecki, but Longhole was open on the break there. Only daylight in front of her. Still the player in 13 for the ACT. Managed to chase back. Great defensive effort. Managed to just reel it into New South Wales. Again, solid defense from ACT. Saved again by Dos Santos and recovered by ACT. Can they make something happen here? Coach imploring Mountie to shoot. She drops it back off to Chinchilla, though. We go again. Saved! Shearman. The shot goes in on us, and now Haight comes the other way, and there's no saving that. Immediately calls for a spell. This is something going on with her shoe. Maybe, hopefully just the laces. And Horostecki just wide. Right. If I was New South Wales, I wouldn't put faith in her putting it wide too many times in that situation. They have a really good head of speed there. Long home. Call for the foul before the shot. Schmidt off the coast and off the post, unfortunately. But ACT won't mind. All right. Schmidt back into the game. Too low. Bouncy. Once she gets in that spot, defenders around her, but she had front position. No one can really touch her, or they give me up at least a 7 meter, probably 2 minutes there. And there is a 7 meter. This Hate's starting to have some success. As you can see, Corey Ovchinnikov there in jersey 3 into the game as Dragon fires home. And immediately checks out. Or comes out. Don't really have to check in handball. But 5 years of basketball commentary will do that to someone. Hopefully by the end of the weekend I'll be only using handball terms. It's too low. Crisp little move. And eventually Mountie makes the move over to the left and is rewarded. Oh, 8-5, 7 minutes left in the first half. At 9-5. Rusmir puts it just out in front of Zinonos. Another card there on Stephanie Toulow. On home. Oh, great pass to find Coast on the wing, but she puts it wide. And everybody fooled. Looked like the pass was going to go to the left back, to the right back. Went all the way out to the wing, but shot wouldn't go. Rusmir caught betwixt and between there. Now saved by Dos Santos. Right. Eventually the ball finds its way to the back of the net. And almost a penchant for going high. We have a timeout here, an official's timeout. Eagle-eyed bench official Carlos there, recognising that Drago had just entered the court from the wrong side of the line. There is a line for another sport there, I believe, right near it. So it's a heat of battle. Just get the wrong line, but so from 6-3 at the timeout, it's now 10-5. So New South Wales continuing to add to their advantage, and now with 4 minutes left in the first half, they're going to call a timeout, leading 10-5. I think it's just been a bit. These have been a bit. I don't know. Kind of hard to describe just with that stoppage there for the 2 minutes for Drago for the line call. Just really good time for both teams to kind of try and regroup. Of course, the timeout is a chance for both teams to have a chat, so it's definitely too low. Just providing a bit of advice or tactical discussion with Stella Chinchilla. And while Queensland continue to add to their comprehensive lead over there on the other court, they're now to a 17-6 lead as that game heads into the final minute of the first half. The last message from the ACT coach is, it's our shooting that's costing us. I think that's probably a fair point to make. So many shots fly over the bar, particularly. Not always particularly close either. And they've been good opportunities. Longholm into Eisenkolb. Back out. Zinanos trying to keep Fowler out of the play. Longholm leaves it behind, and Fowler's there. She might be able to create something for herself off the hands of Dos Santos and off the bar. And great work, Trisha Dos Santos. She's having an excellent first half. Zinanos from the wing flies home. As Longholm. Now Schmidt goes to shoot from 9 meters, is prevented from doing so by Mountsy. New South Wales playing with the extra attacker, and Zinanos still out there, just keeping Fowler out of the play. But eventually, as soon as she recovers back into the defensive line, the ball goes straight to Jess Fowler. As Tears in a nos. Copped a knock. She's just going to have to come out for a little bit. Perhaps just had the wind knocked out of her. It's just we checks back in for her. Or comes back into the game. And now she's out and running. Schmidt back quickly though, defensively. That might be 3 seconds, perhaps. Cole saying she's getting held by the jersey. Referees didn't see it or didn't agree. Some really good physicality and defence here from the ACT. No chance for New South Wales to get any rhythm whatsoever. Schmidt can't quite keep the dribble as Horace Decky gets past Longholm and then fired home. Carry of Shinnikov. So with a minute to play in the first half, 10-7. New South Wales lead. They want to go score and stop in this last minute or so. And it will be a 7-meter there. It was always coming. Just had to wait for the ball to get past the post, see if it went in or not. Yelena Sapovic is going to check in. Come into the game for the 7-meter. Should be taken by Lara Draga. And saved. And it stays out. No chance to make this a 2-goal game for the ACT. Heading into halftime. And that will be 7 meters as well. It might even be 2 minutes. It will. Referee will say the fella had her hands over to the side. He'll say she was straight up. Players always say they're straight up. Goal too low, and there's 10-8. 8 seconds to work with New South Wales. They have to shoot it pretty quick. And they're not going to get it off in time. Clock. It was I think the 7-meter call was about 3 or 4 seconds after the clock hit 30 minutes. So we'll go to halftime with the score at 10-8. New South Wales, they were up 10-5 at one stage, but attack deserted them slightly at the end of the first half, and ACT came roaring back, and it's now just a 10-8 game. There's about 9 minutes until the players return for the second half. So we're going to catch a quick break and rejoin you then for all the second half action.
She took it from me. I was gonna go. But it was already done.
Welcome back. Second half of this crucial Australian Handball Championships match. New South Wales women leading the ACT 10-8. Win for New South Wales. They'll be back for the gold medal game. A loss, and they're counting on Victoria to beat ACT and then some manner of tiebreaker. As that is going to half volley Emily Longholm, but she'll get it back after Haight saves it. And fired home. Longholm with the left hand. Up to the outside of her defender. Elena Josipovic into the game for the second half. Start of the second half for ACT between the sticks. As Horostecki too low, saved. Gets the ball back. And she was standing inside the area. That'll be keeper's ball. So Shearman wins the first salvo in that battle. Still 45 seconds left on that 2-minute penalty from the end of the first half for New South Wales. So they play with the extra attacker. It's one. Fires home, and this is a really good start for New South Wales. Back out to a 4-goal lead. It was 10-5 at one point. Horostecki is wrapped up by Schmidt. And Free just saying that's enough of that. Laura Madsen in there. They're at the line. It's too low. Gets it straight back. And off the bar. Had Shearman dead to rights on that occasion. Opened up a massive angle. Just Fowler back into the game. A little bit of a switch. Chloe Wan out. Sao Hong Wong into the game. And another one goes. 3 goals in quick succession, just 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the second half. As that's stolen away, they try to get it into Madsen. And Longholm again. They're just finding it way too easy to get through the defense here, and Horostecki's going to get 2 minutes. Pushing from the side. Excellent explanation from the referee there. That's what we like. And Hong Wong looks like she's been sent out there to do a job. Maybe if too low is in a certain area of the court, keep her out of the play, but she goes into the line and pays dividends as Stella Chinchilla breaks through, and too low will have another opportunity. So Shearman can do here. Not a lot on that occasion. Too low puts it where, and nobody's getting that. That might be 7 meters as well, and Stephanie Tulo is frustrated with herself. Alex Haight is going to take the 7 meter. Dos Santos giving a fellow goalkeeper a couple of tips about what Haight might try to do. And edged the right way, but still, the goal. Sao Hong Wong and Renata Rusmir, that is definitely a catch weight battle. They are in different classes. Right up in there. A really good job. Just sent out there to do a job on the number 20 for the ACT. Again, just anything to break up the rhythm. As there's no winger there. The only person in a dark blue shirt was Murray. And there we go. Puts it on the floor. Fires off the post. It's now out to 15-9. That was the right thing, and then Masanovic takes the contact. South Wales have made a real point of emphasis, increasing the physicality on defence. Mounty, and over in on us, the outstretched hand. Got some sort of administrative. I think Tullo went back in for 2 minutes, a little too early, and she's going to get another one for it. So Jamie, does that 2 minutes go on for her individually as well? Or is it, okay. Yeah. So Tullo, another 2 minutes to her name. And I'll see with a little fist pump. Right. Someone's going to have to actually step up and take the 7 metre. I think it's going to be Horostecki. Oh, post and in. Longhorn puts it just over. Oh. 41 and now 35 seconds left in the 2 minute suspension as Zinonos is in there. Right. Good defense. Little set play here maybe for ACT. Stella Chinchilla. And saved by Sherman. She'll reel it in herself. And I think we'll just play on there. It did hit the foot, but no harm done to New South Wales. Masanovic stepped inside. Back to a full complement. Madsen into the game, and they'll send Mounty back out to right back. Oh, left back. My apologies. Chinchilla. Well, it was going to be a 7 minute penalty. Instead, it's a goal. Schmidt, Fowler. Speed kills. Great work. Off the restart from Karina Schmidt and Jess Fowler. And Fowler off and running. Mounsey there with her. Fowler just fast enough to stay ahead of Hannah Mounsey. Not engaged. Madsen puts it over. Just off. Seen that a few times today. Players firing into the floor and then bouncing over the bar. Haight, long home, and well, you're going to give away a 2-minute foul, 2-minute suspension for your troubles. You really need to stop the player there, and that's going to go on Horostecki. To have a player of a 2-minute suspension and the player with the ball was able to get a pass off to a teammate who then scored. Real insult to injury on that occasion for the team from the national capital. It's saved by Shearman. And New South Wales really putting the squeeze on now as Fowler's starting to feel it. We got 2 players up now. We got Schmidt going Chinchilla out of the play, and as well as Salon, but the problem with that is if they manage to get free, it almost becomes, well, it does become a 6-on-4 on occasion. And saved by Dos Santos. Back into the game. And that one's off target. Both teams really need to force the keeper to work. Going to see Trudy 1 back into the game. Hannah Mounsey, unstoppable from that range as Horostecki back in with the 2-minute suspension expiring. And once again, New South Wales, off a scored goal from ACT, have just gone quickly. ACT not really stepping up to engage the player with the ball. Just been able to fire from 8, maybe even 7 meters with not a lot of pressure. That time it was Haight. Wing shot on this occasion. Through. Comes in on us. And once again, as quickly as ACT score, they concede. And we are going to have an ACT timeout with the scoreline reading 21-14. Just about 12.5 minutes played in the second half, and New South Wales looking to book their ticket to a grand final, which would come against Queensland. Who are I think up 23-9 midway through the second half of their game. So I think we can bank a fourth win in as many matches for Queensland. Of course, New South Wales doing this, as I said earlier today, without Madeleine Haug. She's out with an illness. Hopefully back tomorrow. Talked to her earlier. Alright. Back underway, just under 18 minutes to play. And saved. And then one out and running. It's going to be a goal. And it's good. Referee gives Rasmir the benefit of the doubt, but the goal to Trudy 1 will still go on the scoreboard. As that's going to be an attack of foul. As tried to set the screen and just collected the New South Wales player. And saved Dos Santos. Not entirely sure who that was that got collected down there. The New South Wales coach in the view line, in the sight line on that particular passage. Mountie. Oh, it would have been 7 metre anyway, as Longholm was forced inside the area. And saved. Dos Santos in pretty good form, you'd have to say, throughout the weekend. And saved by Shearman, but it fell in the process. Too low came across and Shearman took the short odds option that shot was going to come back across goal. Out to the wing, there's plenty of players in there. And eventually the shot goes wide of the goal. Oh, I'm getting up a bit of speed. She might go all the way through here. Indeed, she does. And, oh, that is not pretty at all. Too low, trying to get there to cut down the angle. And Trudy 1 collected. Well, they collected each other a bit there. So we're going to the video replay. Original decision. Zach, what's the original call? 2 minutes. Canberra coach just trying to sneak a look. I think the original call was a 2-minute suspension, and they're looking for an upgrade. But I think if it's 2 minutes on too low, I think it would be her third. Don't quote me on that. But I think she had one, and then she had one when she stepped in after a 2-minute. It is just going to be a 2-minute suspension for Stephanie Tulo. I think that's her third. Indeed it is. I can count. That'll be Stephanie Tulo's third and final 2-minute suspension of the afternoon. So that'll be the end of the game for her. Saved! A 7-metre penalty by Dos Santos. New South Wales reeling the rebound. And then fired home. Alice Dubé. Eight-goal advantage now for the tournament hosts. They get into Mountsy, it does, but Longholm and Fowler are there to prevent any shot. Horostecki responds quickly. But New South Wales, after made goals, really pushing the pace all game. Draga, and no foul, and saved by Dos Santos. And that's getting out in front. Sherman will just watch it go over the line. He's just out a bit in front of Horostecki. And then, there we go, Trudy Wan. Wide open on the wing. Good passing, just engaged the defender a little bit. Made sure of the pass. Goal scored. Rusmir puts it over. Now an 8-goal lead as we crash the pack. More used to seeing that at the venue next door, NG Stadium. As Stella Chinchilla going to check back in after the 2 minutes. And saved again. We need to see what the setup will be here. With Chinchilla coming into the game for Tulo. Gaga gets there, but not in time. Initial call thought it might be a 7-metre, but you're going to see Martina Sevilla Chinchilla into the game. And the goal goes. This time, New South Wales a little bit slower. As they lose the handle. NCT coming the other way. Good ball movement, Mounty. Tricky as you like, easy as you like. And once again, late in the half, is this becoming an all too common theme for New South Wales? I hope not, for their sake. But suddenly, ACT, after that save by Dos Santos, have a chance to bring it back to 5. And Horostecki, and it's a goal, and it's 24-19. We have 10 minutes to play. Home all the way through. Fowler on protection duty. Long home. That's just an excellently set screen by Jess Fowler. And Mouncy this time fires home. Great work, Hannah Mouncy, showing all her class. Long home again. Suspicions that maybe she had half a foot inside, but no whistle forthcoming except to signal that the goal had been scored. That will be 7 meters. Karol Chinnikov. Get in that spot just as once you fire the ball in. Doesn't even matter if it's close to being on target. You make that shooting motion. And Horostecki. As Fowler and Rusmir come together and the ball goes flying. And goal! 26-22. And we're going to have a New South Wales timeout with the margin back to 4. 26-22. 8 minutes and 24 seconds to play in this game. A gold medal match place on the line. New South Wales really bring back that momentum. They were going so quickly. Every time ACT was scoring a goal, they were getting back up court quickly. Scoring one of their own and really making it tough. And they've gone away from that a little bit. Had that good play just there with Fowler preventing Mouncy from making any kind of defense. This Longholm got to 6 meters and shot home. Definitely been ACT with the momentum. It was 23-15 one stage. Now 26-22. So the deficit's been halved in fairly reasonable time. Now the task for ACT is to continue on with this. On home. Drago all the way through. It loses the handle. And as Rusmir, wrist or hand, it's a little bit of a stinger, hopefully. Worst thing, if you don't know, if you're watching, you don't know what happens. The player puts her arm in that kind of sling. Could be anything from an AC joint to a jarred finger, and that shot is just into the wrong side of the netting. New South Wales out quickly. Long home, she's got the winger wide open. Saved. And reeled in. Needs an option. Fowler will be that option. And then a pass across court. Severe Chinchilla there. Stella Severe Chinchilla. Of course, Martina is now also on court over there in number 8. Those purple and green shoes. As that will be a foul. Nothing forthcoming in that attack. All right, passive call, 3 passes up their sleeve. Going to try a little set play here as Mountie will shoot from distance, but it's well over. And Alexandra Haight beats the defender. Puts it by Dos Santos. It's a bit of a steadying goal for New South Wales. 27-22. Into the final 5.5 minutes. Rosmere back into the game for Mountie. Saved by Sherman. It was almost directly at her. They don't need to go too quickly. And Duve's that wide open. She puts it over. Oh, 5 minutes left in the contest. 5-goal game. What can the ACT produce in the final portion? They can produce Stella Sevilla-Chinchilla. Breaking straight through on the right back spot. Mate Cleve in there, left wing. Bernadette Coast is going to replace Dube on the right side. And that angle was never really on. Dos Santos was covering the near post. And saved Sherman again. Still a player getting back for the ACT, so there should be an opening for New South Wales here. And this time, they take advantage. Mate Cleve just fires the opposite corner this time. Chinchilla. And almost picked off by Cleve, but not quite. And they still have a chance. Reset from the corner. Smee gets up ahead of steam, and the pass is over the top. It's kind of betwixt and between there. On home, Cleve leaves it behind. Can she save it? She can, and that'll leave Fowler. Smart step, but Dos Santos up to the task. Sticks out the hand, makes a great save. There's a great save, Sherman. She's come up big for New South Wales in these final few minutes. Not sure I'll be too happy about Stella Sevilla-Chinchilla getting through there. But Sherman comes up trumps on this occasion. And Emily Longholm. And we're going to have an ACT timeout with the scoreline back out to 29-23. So New South Wales just steadying things. Over in the other court, Queensland have indeed secured a 4th consecutive victory. Going to 4 wins in as many games with a 29-10 win over WA. Oh, last chance saloon here. The ACT, they need 6 goals in very, very quick time. They do fall to defeat here. They will still be red-hot favourites to reach the bronze medal game as they take on a winless Victorian side at 5 p.m. in the final game of the women's round robin. I believe that game will be over on Court D whilst the men's playoff for 5th and 6th occurs right here. Mountie and save, Shearman again. She's had an inspired couple of minutes. Clear out and running, buries it. 30 to 23, a minute 40 to play. And the lob, well, it's about the only way they're going to beat Shearman in these last couple of minutes. And yeah, that's going to be 2 minutes. Fella was almost out the fire exit behind the net there. She was so far through. Hayton, jersey 43. Drives it straight into the bottom corner. And almost picked off there by Longholm. And that pass over the top. 30 seconds to play. Karina Schmidt, easy as you like. All academic now, there's not going to be any goal difference tiebreakers. Again, Shearman with the save. And clock's going to beat everyone there. So New South Wales with a 3rd victory in the round robin go to 3-0-1. And they will take their place in the gold medal game alongside the undefeated Queensland. ACT move to 1 win from 3 games. They've got Victoria, the winless Victorian side, in their final round robin game as they attempt to secure a spot in the bronze medal match. ACT, they didn't make it easy for New South Wales. New South Wales had a little lapse there just after the halfway mark of the second half, but managed to regroup after that timeout with the score at 26-22, and from there went on a 6-2 run to finish the game. So I think we've got a little bit of a break now, and believe me, we need it. I think we've got a little bit of wheelchair handball to play. Might grab a feed and be back for the 3 p.m. games, or the 3:15 p.m. games, which will be the men's semi-final. Semi-final 1 will be the ACT and New Zealand Barbarians here on Court F, and then Court D, the Tweed throwdown between New South Wales and Queensland. But thank you so much for joining us. Thanks to the players, the coaches, the referees, the bench crew, the live stream crew, and most of all, to you, the viewers. But until 3:15, please join us then. But until then, I have been Lockie France, and you have been amazing.